Jarrett, welcome. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thank you. We will go ahead and get started with any questions.
Hey, Jared. So many people labeled this as a rebuilding year for Notre Dame coming into the season. And despite being labeled a rebuilding year, you guys finished fifth in the country and are in the New Year's Six Bowl. What was mindset like coming into this year, and what has made this team so successful this year?
We just knew that we had talent. This spring ball and summer workouts, just watching the guys work, we knew we had it in place. We just had to put everything together. And when you see that stuff out there, that this is a rebuilding year or we're not going to be as good, put the chip on your shoulder. So I think the guys really embraced that.
Let's go to Pete Sampson.
Jared, I was interested in how you feel like the offensive line, especially in pass pro, improved in the second half of the season, and sort of see this game as a test of that improvement. Going back to Cincinnati, Wisconsin, when things were a little bit more of a challenge for your group.
Yeah, I mean, it started with me. If you watch, game one against Florida State, we weren't finishing as well. Our combo blocks, the second level, weren't as good. And if you turn on the Stanford film, I mean, you see everyone finishing their blocks, straining to finish. And, Coach Reese talks about it's contagious, seeing that on film. We see a wide receiver finishing their block, a tight end finishing their block, quarterbacks extending the fake. I mean, that's like contagious for an offense. So we really took that energy and it's had a lot of momentum for us.
Go to Timothy O'Malley.
Jared, I know they don't have 54 sacks out of disguise and deception, but what are some things Oklahoma State does that has really challenged offensive lines? And what's your role and greatest challenge to try to identify that in obvious passing situations?
Really just a variety of looks they provide. I mean, it's 3 down, 3-3, three down joker, 4 down. They do a lot. They can do it all the looks. So the biggest thing is our preparation this week especially has to be on point. We have to be ready for all these 3rd down looks and really just win those obvious situations, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, red zone, all those situations we have to win so we can, help secure the Fiesta Bowl.
Let's go to Tyler James.
Jarrett, how has the offensive line dealt with the loss of Josh Lugg? I know that's tough news for him with the going into the Fiesta Bowl. And then how has Blake Fisher stepped up to the challenge these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's tough because, Josh is a great teammate on and off the field. Really, honestly, I could be, considered a captain this year. I mean, just the leadership he's done. He's an outstanding player. We're going to miss him, his presence on the field, but Blake will be ready. I think we saw it. You guys saw it during fall camp at Florida State. He'll be good to go, and, he's going to be ready to dominate. Biggest thing I told Blake is he's got to communicate out there. It's been a while since he's played, but he's been, doing a great job in practice, his preparation, and he'll be ready.
Aiden Thomas.
Yeah, Jared, just going off that a little bit, and you're kind of the centerpiece of an offensive line that in this bowl game we're starting 2 freshmen, another first-year starter, a transfer. How have you felt your role as a leader started, and how has it developed throughout the season?
Like I kind of said earlier, it starts with me. I have to finish my blocks. I have to set the tone out there so that these other guys can see. Because at the end of the day, you can say, what you want to do that weekend or, how you're going to finish the rest of the season, but it's got to show on film. And so for myself, I knew, as one of the guys in the room and on the team that I had to start, finishing better and setting the tone. And it's really been contagious for the rest of the guys, especially the younger players like Joe and Blake, Andrew in his first year, full-time starting. So it's going to be exciting to go out there and, see the final product of this season.
Over to Pete Sampson.
Jared, I was interested in terms of like how you guys have made grad transfers work for you. Kane and Jack, obviously you've had a good offense with them. It's like, what are the keys for like the older established guys who have been in the program to make the grad transfer work for the guy that's coming in?
Yeah, I'll say the biggest thing is, our coaches do a great job of finding guys that fit in this program. Coach Reese and Coach Quinn, obviously they had, played a huge part in Kane's recruitment. And I mean, really for us, it feels like Kane's been here for all 5, 6 years of his whole career at Notre Dame. In reality, it's only been 6 months, but he's been such a great teammate. He's embraced the culture of the room, and we've really taken him in. I mean, the great thing our coaches did is just found a guy who's going to fit right into our culture at Notre Dame, because not the easiest thing you always do.
Well, thanks to O lineman Jarrett Patterson for joining us today. Thank you, Jarrett.
Thank you.